Good morning, everyone. My name is Bill Brousseau. I'm the Director of Technology for the Stages Group. And I'm here today, I'm talking about our vCISO product, which is really an external vulnerability assessment that then we apply help with the strategies and tactics to actually deliver those to your organization. The alarm industry today is just covered with new and exciting technologies that they're delivering, with panels, with medical devices and medical tracking, and even the houses and the companies are getting smarter with door locks and video and alarms and all of those different products that alarm industry is bringing to their customers. However, it all requires one thing, and that's reliable, solid communication back to the central station to be able to act on these alarms quickly and efficiently. The biggest problem today with that is that a lot of these new services require the internet, which is really not a nice place. There are many groups out there that are constantly trying to disrupt it, to hack into things, both financially, to ruin reputations. There's political, there's socioeconomic, all the different ones, and even the most basic ones that cause the most financial damage, like ransomware and phishing. Imagine the central station goes down for 3 days. It's not just that its reputation is ruined. They could actually be, lives could be at stake. So with the vCISO product, what we do is we use two of the top ethical hacking tools, and our team, like Nessus here, to go in and really take a look from the hacker's perspective, what you have open to the internet, what applications are out there, things you have turned on you might not even know you had turned on. And we get in there, we really map that out and do thousands of tests to make sure it's all up to the best standards. And then we go one level higher with even our burp suite, where we go in and test your web applications, like for usernames and passwords and buffer overflows and all those things that hackers use to just not only to steal your data or take you down, but maybe to misrepresent your data. These tools dump a lot of data. What we do then is take that into an executive summary where we can score you with our developed scoring system and give you the strategies that that company or that central station should employ to get the best impact, reduce their risks, and to get their reputation as a very high-end service provider. Then we go in with our recommendations and give you English-level explanations of what the problem is and how-tos for your tech teams to go out and actually fix these things. We are at war, but with the new services they offer, the vCISO is not only optional anymore, it's mandatory. And with that, I'll turn it over to the questions.
What does ISO?
It's a virtual chief information security officer. So, you know, many central stations and alarm companies don't really have those kinds of resources available to them, or they're very expensive to keep in-house. So here, we're not just doing this testing and dumping it on them. We're taking the testing, we're reviewing it for them with the CISSP, which is the highest level independent ethical hacking certification there is out there. And then we take that and give them a human readable executive report that gives them the strategies that they need to get themselves aligned and protect their reputation, but also the English level explanation of what to do and how to do it and how to fix it.
So your competition, I think what I'm hearing, your competition really are the breach response cyber companies and the remedial service companies in the cyberspace. Am I getting your product offering right?
That is correct. We just have one unique layer on top of that where we do provide that whole English level executive summary of what all that technical data means specific to the alarm industry. So we know about receivers and signaling and timing and what it takes to deliver medical response and tracking and all of those components, because a lot of it now goes through like Nest and these third-party providers, alarm.com, things like that. We know how to specifically protect those feeds because they're not just going to lose money. They could, lose
Sorry,
lives.
Bill, we're at 3 minutes. How are you
Sorry,
charging for
I
this?
launched right into the questions. My apology.
I'm sorry?
So this is a service that you're providing to any central station or just bold, any central station. And how are you, and if so, what are you charging for? How does this work? Is it a subscription or a one-time?
It's a one-time or a subscription. Some do it yearly, some do it up to quarterly of the year, depending on how large and complicated your organization is. And it's a $2,500 price point to start, and then we do many central stations. We've done we do about 30 a year. So we also have the background knowledge of what the threats are common out in centrals today and what they're dealing with specifically to their industry. And we can help other central stations then attack those problems.
So is the service also threat avoidance?
Correct.
So walk us through how you provide that service, the avoidance service.
So we take all that data that those ethical hacking tools dump out. We review that, and then we break it up into what we call strategies and tactics. Strategies are what kinds of things should you be doing in general, and where should your long-term roadmap be? And that's where a lot of the avoidance comes in. You can say, well, look, we don't want inbound traffic from these kinds of people or these applications. What can we do to avoid ransomware? What can we do to avoid these types of things? And we lay that out in their strategies in the executive summary. Then we go into the tactics, and it's like, okay, you don't want ransomware? Here are some tactics. If that's your strategy, then here are the tactics to do that. You know, antivirus, put in an IDS that can detect it. We'll give them tools that they can employ that will help them meet those strategies and avoid those huge risks up for their communications.
So you're not actually providing services like CrowdStrike or Lone Star or any of those guys. You're recommending, here's what you should do, Mr. Central Station.
Correct.
Okay.
Giving them a raw report from CrowdStrike, they really don't know what to do with it. They don't know what it means. Like, what is all of this problems? That they usually give them a bunch of red marks, and they're like, you got to fix all this. They don't know. A lot of times, one strategy will clear up about 50% of their red marks. It's just by getting it in order, because the strategy is kind of sets your road, and then the tactics are what move you along that way. So what we're specifically doing with this service is we're helping them take those tools and those outside services that would get it, but then interpret it for their business and what they specifically should be doing to get themselves to those best practice levels.
And is there a team at Bold that specializes in the cyber, in this particular service offering? Or are you a one-armed paper hanger, or talk to us about how you provide this very important service to central stations?
Yes, we have so we provide, it's called our security intelligence team, and it is a team of people that we do this, because the vCISO is just one of the products. We also do things like alarm monitoring, intrusion detection, where we're an alarm monitor for the central station for cybersecurity threats. We have a 24/7 NOC that we can help our customers when they need a response to something going very bad. So we have a team. We're 24/7 available. The vCISO is usually this first step, and to say, okay, well, I need a snapshot of where are we right now, and what do we need to address first. Then we have our security intelligence suite has a whole set of tools that they can use to meet their strategy.
Hey, Bill, I think you just answered one of my questions from Steve, which was, is it always reactive, or do you have proactive monitoring as well? If you are proactively monitoring, are you driven by just watching that network, or is it proactive in a reactive way?
Well, we consider the external study as being proactive, because that's what you look like. That's your reputation to the outside world from the perspective of the hacker. So we're saying, hey, this is what you look like right now. You really want to address A, B, C, and D because a hacker could do this,
Right.
could do that. Our other tools are more reactive, like our intrusion detection service. There, it's watching, and not network so much as it's watching the traffic. It's watching what people are doing. Like a firewall will let something in. That's it. Intrusion detection watches what they're doing while they're coming in and out. So there,
Right.
it's great to know when one workstation gets ransomware instead of 4 days later when it reacts and when it activates and 40 workstations have ransomware. So our tools help them both. The vCISO, though, is the first step to proactively looking at their perimeter because that is their reputation to the world.
So the ongoing support, is that a monthly fee that you charge?
It depends on the different components that they choose. They don't have to take it all. It's a la carte. So they may say, wow, we really need to, in the alarmist especially, 2 things UL is going to be requiring soon, and they already kind of do. And that is an external vulnerability assessment, like the vCISO, and intrusion detection monitoring, like reactive monitoring, real-time monitoring. So the combination of these 2 are our flagship for our security intelligence products. And those are separate fees depending on which product and which level of help you'd like from us.
Going back to Mike's initial question, I don't think I heard the answer was, do you only work with bold group central stations, or will you work with somebody on MicroKey or Dice or somebody you guys haven't sucked up yet?
Absolutely. We work with any central station on any automation platform. And for many years, we helped some of the associations by providing it to all as a service to all of their central stations. So we would do every summer about 35 different central stations, no matter what their tools and background are, because it doesn't really matter. Your tools and your software applications that you're running don't really, this kind of service is needed regardless of the tools and applications you're running.
If you're looking to bribe a shark, you could just send me that list of 35 central stations that you already did in descending order, please.
Yeah, so Bill, I have one more question just so I have a full understanding. So the company I run is I'm a dealer. We unfortunately were a victim of a ransomware attack. It was Eternal Blue. This is back around Easter. And huge impact on our organization. And we since hardened everything that we needed to harden and hired law firms and forensics firms and negotiating firms, et cetera. So I want to understand, does what you do, can you identify the threat when it's coming in? And can you then advise or take action directly on behalf of the central station to shut the threat down?
Yes, our intrusion detection service will do just that. We put sensors out there, just like an alarm system on the house, where we're watching the speakers, the traffic in and out of your network. That way, when that first station starts talking and gets in the ransomware, alerts go off, our NOC, our 24/7 operations center, takes it in, and you know what? We even use our own automation software. We handle that like a bird. There's a berg on that network. And then we wake up whoever's in the contact list to say, hey, this station just got ransomware. Go have someone go turn it off right now.
Okay, all right.
Minimizes it then.
Thank you.